In a small, forgotten village surrounded by dusty roads and dry fields, there lived a poor man named Rashid. His house was made of old bricks and mud, with a broken wooden door that creaked every time the wind passed through it. The roof leaked during the rainy season, and in winter, cold air entered freely through the cracks. Rashid owned very little: no land, no savings, and no powerful connections. But he had something that many rich people lacked: a kind heart and unbreakable hope. Rashid lost his parents when he was very young. Since childhood, life had never been easy for him. He did not receive much education, as he had to work early to survive. While other children went to school, Rashid carried water, cleaned streets, and worked in shops for small wages. Many people looked down on him, calling him unlucky or useless. But Rashid never allowed their words to poison his heart. Every morning before sunrise, Rashid woke up, washed his face, and prayed quietly. Then he went out to find work. Some days he found work as a laborer, lifting heavy loads at construction sites. Other days he repaired shoes or helped shopkeepers clean their stores. There were also days when no one hired him, and he returned home with empty hands. Hunger was a regular guest in Rashid's life. Sometimes, he ate only dry bread and water. Sometimes, he slept without dinner. Yet, he never stole, never begged aggressively, and never blamed God for his situation. He believed that honesty was more valuable than gold. One evening, after a long day of searching for work, Rashid found an injured dog lying near the roadside. The animal was weak and shaking. Many people passed by, but no one stopped. Rashid had no money, but he shared the little bread he had and gave the dog water. He cleaned its wound using cloth from his own shirt. That night, Rashid slept hungry, but his heart felt warm. Kindness never goes to waste, he whispered to himself. The next morning, Rashid went to the town market to look for work. While standing near a shop, he saw an old man drop a purse full of money without noticing. Rashid immediately picked it up and ran after the man. "Sir, you dropped this," Rashid said, breathing heavily. The old man looked surprised. He opened the purse and checked the money. Everything was there. He looked at Rashid's torn clothes and tired face. "You could have kept it," the man said. "But it is not mine," Rashid replied simply. The old man smiled. He introduced himself as Mr. Karim, a wealthy merchant. He offered Rashid some money as a reward, but Rashid refused politely. "If you really want to help me," Rashid said, "please pray for me." Mr. Karim was deeply impressed. Before leaving, he gave Rashid his business card. "If you ever need work, come to me," he said. Days passed, and Rashid continued his difficult life. One day, heavy rain destroyed part of his roof. He sat inside his house, watching water drip onto the floor. For the first time in many years, tears fell from his eyes, not from weakness, but from exhaustion. Remembering Mr. Karim, Rashid gathered courage and went to his office. Mr. Karim recognized him immediately. "You came," he said warmly. Rashid explained his situation honestly. Mr. Karim offered him a job as a helper in his warehouse. The work was hard, but Rashid accepted it with gratitude. Rashid worked harder than anyone else. He arrived early and left late. He never complained, even when his hands hurt or his back ached. Slowly, people began to trust him. Mr. Karim noticed his honesty and dedication. One day, a large shipment went missing. Workers were questioned, and suspicion filled the warehouse. Rashid was also questioned, but he remained calm. "I did not take anything," he said quietly. After investigation, the real thief was caught. Rashid's honesty was proven once again. Mr. Karim called him into his office. "You are not just a worker, mister," Karim said. "You are a man of character." He promoted Rashid to supervisor and increased his salary. For the first time in his life, Rashid could eat properly every day. He repaired his house, fixed the roof, and bought warm clothes. But wealth did not change him. He continued to help others, feeding the hungry and caring for the sick. One evening, Rashid saw a young boy begging near the market. The boy reminded him of his own childhood. Rashid took him to a small food stall and bought him a meal. "Why are you begging?" Rashid asked gently. "I have no one," the boy replied. Rashid helped the boy find shelter and later arranged for him to attend school. He believed that true success is lifting others up. Years passed. Rashid became a respected man in the town. With Mr. Karim's support, he started a small business of his own. It grew slowly but honestly. He employed poor workers and treated them with respect. Despite his success, Rashid never forgot his past. He often visited his old village, repaired roads, helped widows, and built a small school for children who could not afford education. One day, a reporter asked him, "What is the secret of your success?" Rashid smiled and said, "I was poor in money, but rich in patience. Life tested me, but I never sold my values. When you stay honest, kind, and hopeful, the world eventually opens its doors." The reporter asked, "Did you ever feel angry at life?" "Yes," Rashid replied softly, "but anger makes you blind. Hope shows you the way." In his later years, Rashid lived peacefully. He was not the richest man in the country, but he was one of the happiest. People respected him, not for his money, but for his character. Whenever someone complained about poverty, Rashid would say, "Poverty of money is difficult, but poverty of heart is worse." And so, the poor man who once slept hungry became a symbol of hope. His story proved that true wealth is not what you have, but who you become. Moral of the story: honesty builds trust, kindness returns in unexpected ways, poverty cannot defeat a strong character, hope and patience change destiny.